People are being deceitful when it comes to telling the truth about money and finances, right? You often hear people say things to the effect of money isn't everything. I was even listening to T.I. recently. I seen a post on Instagram where he was talking about if the only thing you have is money, you're broke. You'll hear these celebrities say these types of things, right? You'll see J. Cole riding a bicycle. You'll see Warren Buffett talking about he's being frugal. He still has an older model vehicle and he's living in a modest home and he has there's something that we need to break down in this video. Multiple things we need to break down in this video when it comes to finances, right? Because if you're depending on the celebrities, if you're depending on the government, if you're depending on the media to tell you the truth, you're going to be terribly mistaken. So before we get into this video, like the video, comment your thoughts, hit the subscribe button, support the show, support the channel. All the ways you can do so are in the description below. Money isn't evil. Business isn't evil. I've had people talk to me on this or have comments on this video talking about why are you talking about money and all these different other things, right? Why do you have three different ways for people to contribute? It takes a lot of time and thought to do these videos and come up with good solid topics and good solid talking points for you guys. So this is a public speaking platform, right? YouTube is not easy. And so, yeah, I feel and I know that time is money and I should be compensated for my time, right? But see, the normal people that think money are evil, they have a problem with that, right? So you have these celebrities talking about being frugal, right? If Warren Buffett woke up with some of you guys' money, he woke up with our money today, he'd probably jump off a building. Some of the rich people's clothes that you see, you're like, man, that looks basic. That looks like it's some Walmart clothes. Some of that Tom Ford is worth $500 just for a white t-shirt. Some of these Polo products are over $1,000 just for a certain sweater, jacket. So don't let these appearances fool you guys, right? They're very competitive people that want money, that love money. And I'm not telling you to love money, but you need money. It is a tool that is needed for your survival on this planet. That's why I cannot understand the concept of people saying money isn't everything, right? Because you literally can't do anything if you're broke. Point one and point two kind of go together. You can't do anything, guys. You can't afford gas. You can't afford your housing. You can't afford anything, right? It helps with your needs on a daily basis. Everything costs money. Gas, food, right? Your four walls, your transportation, your shelter, your utilities, food. You look at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you don't have the basic needs, if your basic needs aren't met, you're in survival mode. This is why people in the inner cities act the way they act, because they're starving, they're hungry, they're thirsty. So they'll go to extreme lengths as stealing and robbing and all these different types of things just to get a meal on the table, because there's a lack of resources in the inner city. Another reason money is important is because you got to prepare for retirement, right? You don't want to be working a full-time job at 65 years old. You don't have the energy. So you're going to have to start investing in IRAs and 401ks, or get a job or an employer that has a 401k, right? And if you ask me, this is not financial advice. I'm just giving my opinion on this stuff, right? If you work in a job where you can't even get a 401k, that job ain't even worth it. What kind of job is that where you can't even get any kind of benefits? And people say benefits, they're talking about insurance and 401k retirement funds, right? The very least a good job will give you is good benefits, right? We all agree cops should get paid more than they do. But they do have great benefits, right? And so that's what keeps them around as the cops. That and moving up in the hierarchy. And the other thing about retirement, right? Because in the IRA, if I'm not mistaken, it stands for individual revenue arrangement. I might be off on that. I might be off on the R, right? But it's an individual thing that you have to do by yourself, and do on a consistent basis by yourself. And even if you do these things, 401ks, IRAs, inflation is still going up. Hopefully they extend the amounts you can put into these certain things, right? Because an IRA, you can max it out at $6,000. 401ks, max it out at $20,000. But if you do the numbers on it, right? This is why they tell you to do this stuff early, because if you do 20,000 times 20, you only been doing this for 20 years, that's not enough for you to live on. Now, granted, it's better than nothing, right? But these are key things that you're not taught in school about money that are very important to your survival, right? You don't want to be going to Walmart and greeting at 60 years old. You don't want to be you don't want to be depending on your children to help you out to survive because you didn't make the right decisions financially about your retirement, right? And lastly, and this is what's going to help everybody. If you have money, you can go help and affect change. You can actually help and promote change if you have money, right? If somebody comes to you and they're actually in need, you have the money and the resources to help them out, to get them out of that situation. If you're struggling and I'm struggling, we can't help each other. If you aren't straight, you have no business helping anybody out, right? It does us no good if we're in a sinking raft, right? This is a better example. It does us no good if we're on the plane and we don't have, if one of us don't have the mask on, if we're both trying to help each other out, but we don't have our own individual mask on. They tell you to put the mask on first and then help other people out. And that's how you should be. Once you figure out and do things out, get your money together, your life together for yourself, now you can reach down and help people, right? And you have to be decisive on who you help as well, because people will take your kindness for weakness and use you and drain you for everything you're worth. So you have to be very selective on what you help and how you help, right? But that's my video. You guys like the video, comment your thoughts. Support the channel. All the ways you can support are in the description below. Hit that subscribe button. You guys have a good day, a good week, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.